I want to talk about my buddy Mick Donato. You're going to probably notice that he's from the New England area. He has a 12-year-old as his producer, who's also on mic quite a bit.
If it's a bit, it's brilliant.
The Mick Donato Show starts now.
To find it in its original form is nearly impossible. So let's see. It's impossible to find, it's super dangerous, and it's illegal to transport. How am I going to get my hands on some? Well, it turns out I know a guy. That truck coming up the hill is being driven by Jesse Taylor, my nitroglycerin connection, and an explosives expert with 15 years of experience specifically in the chemistry of explosives. Hello, sir.
Hey.
You got nitroglycerin in this trailer?
It's in the back.
He's also one of the few people in the United States licensed to make nitroglycerin, and luckily for us, he's made some for our experiments today.
Hey folks, how you doing there? Mick Donato here with another great episode of the Mick Donato Show, and turns out we know the same guy. There he is, explosives expert, Jesse Taylor.
Hey,
how you doing, man?
Doing great. Glad to be here.
That was awesome, huh, Danny?
I agree. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, Danny's in the booth. So yeah, thanks so much for joining the show, and we'll get into all that. But it turns out that clip that we started with was from a show called Savage Builds. So on what the hell is it on the TV?
It's on the Discovery Channel.
Discovery Channel. And apparently Danny stumbled across it, YouTube or whatever. Said, "Hey Mick, you gotta check this guy out." And I watched it and said, "Yeah, hey, we're trying to get some guests. So reach out to him," and he did, and it turns out,
Yeah, here I am.
And I guess that was about a year ago.
Right.
But since then, apparently you have become a fan of the show.
Yeah, your people talk to my people, and then I started watching the show, so I enjoyed it.
Agent. Yeah, so it was great. So great to have you here. The plugs are on the screen, folks. You know how to get a hold of me. But we're going to have a lot of fun today. But of course, before we get started, you watch the show, right? So you know we start by giving thanks to all those great folks in emergency response. Who is it, Danny?
Law enforcement.
Law enforcement.
Fire.
Hazmat. Yeah. Narcotics. Keep that fentanyl off the street. Military.
Marine, Navy, Army, Coast Guard.
Yeah, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, and Coast Guard. We include you, Coast Guard, although you're not part of the DOD. That's the time of war, which it might be. We'll talk about that pretty soon. But and finally, who else do we thank, Danny? Border Patrol. Build that wall.
Right on.
Keep those illegals where they belong. You like the emergency responders?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've supported emergency responders for most of my career.
Absolutely. God bless all the men and women keeping us safe. So, let's get into the show. You say you're a fan of the show, but, what's your favorite show? Got a favorite segment you've seen?
So I haven't caught up with the show over the holidays, but I'd say the last one that was really a favorite was when you had Travis Rebello on the show.
Travis Rebello?
Yeah,
that
first
was
responder.
Almost a year ago,
right?
So you haven't watched the show in a while. But yeah, he was a great guest. You know Travis?
Yeah. I know him. I've worked with him doing some work with first responders.
Oh, cool.
Absolutely.
Cool. And is that why you're up here? So you're not from Boston?
No, I'm from the West Coast.
West Coast. Did you a little more specific? You don't have to give your address.
Yeah, I'm originally from California.
California.
Yeah.
All right, we narrowed it down, folks. But I guess you're in town this week for some stuff, meetings, whatever.
Right. I got a business trip here. I do some consulting for some local science companies.
Awesome. So yeah, he said, "Hey, I'm in town. I'll come down to Fall River here Did you fly into Boston?
I did fly into Boston.
Yeah. Let's go to Providence.
Right. Yeah.
TF Green. Just down the road there. I-95.
A lot easier to get in and out of, I'm sure.
But anyways, glad you're here. Yeah, Travis was great, and you're going to be hopefully a good guest. We'll see. We'll edit out the parts that don't work. I'm kidding. You've seen the show. You kind of know how this works.
Perfect.
I want to ask you this. All right. So it says you're an explosives expert. And that's all it says on the prep sheet. That's Danny put explosive. I don't know what that exactly means. So I will say this. Apparently, you're pretty good because you still have all your fingers, right?
Yeah. All my digits intact.
Right. So
glad for that.
That tells us something.
Oh,
but
hold on.
What's that, Danny?
I'm going to search.
I don't know what he's doing. But we want to talk about what's that mean to be, an expert. Like, what? What's he got up there?
Oh, nasty.
Oh, Danny.
Oh, that's
this
brutal.
This is Google Images.
Missing fingers.
Danny, click that one on the left there.
This one?
Yeah, that one.
I don't want. Oh, God.
Yeah, that's pretty graphic.
Yeah. You ever seen any of those in your line of work?
Yeah. Yeah, actually. Seen a
Fortunately.
couple.
All right, take it down, Danny. Take it down.
Yeah.
It's disgusting. God. Anyways, tell us what it means to be an explosives expert. Just tell us your background. I don't really know you, so
So
in yourself.
explosives, I started out in 2005 as took some training with the International Society of Explosives Engineers.
All right.
Became a certified blaster, and I worked on
certified blaster.
Blast.
Okay, that's pretty cool. Go ahead.
I worked on a project with some explosive breaching experts from Special Forces.
Ooh.
And we did a number of different things, mostly like clandestine detection.
Clandestine, if you don't know, means like it's secret. Is that about right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, like surreptitious.
I got
type
to
of
tell the
detection.
fans, what you're talking about. They don't know. All right, go ahead.
So we did some detection projects, and then that got into training on detection technologies.
All right.
And then training on
Like dogs?
Like
they have the dogs that sniff the explosives.
Right.
Is that what you're talking about?
No, actually, devices and instruments that an analyst or an operator.
Danny plays the piano.
Right.
Like that?
That would be a musical instrument.
Yeah, that's
I'm
a different
talking
type
about
of
like
instrument.
a detection instrument.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like a scientific instrument.
Scientific.
Right.
Good stuff.
And so from training on detection devices,
apparently there's more.
That went into some work on homemade explosives.
Homemade.
How to identify what precursors or like set up like a in a hidden or clandestine lab.
Hidden clandestine lab.
If they
Scary
were
stuff.
We've working with law enforcement. You've probably heard of a lot of clandestine drug labs. People are making drugs at home, or we started working on how to identify processes for making explosives. Like
so, not just making the drugs, but making the bombs.
Yeah,
yeah. By the way, you didn't see it clearly, but on was it the last episode, Danny? We did Science Corner. And,
yeah, that was the last episode.
We talked about Miss America and how she did the hydrogen peroxide thing.
Mm-hmm.
And we made the comment, you can also use peroxide, a little more concentrated, and some other stuff you're fighting around the house to make the TATP.
Right. Yeah, that's one of the big
I didn't tell them how to do it. No, that's
used by terrorists. ISIS is making lots of TATP over in Europe and always trying to use it.
Yeah.
First responders over there have their hands full
with
that type of threat.
Can we make some here?
Oh, it's possible.
I mean, we're not going to.
No, but yeah,
good, right?
Definitely household items.
Probably say, I got a few things, and mix some up, and there you go.
Yeah, it's all household items. Crazy stuff.
Wow. Yeah, so you got a good back or anything else
So then Yeah, in addition to doing a lot of the explosives work, I had worked as a researcher at Dugway Proving Ground.
Dugway.
And that's the...
Is it Dugway?
Doug.
Correct.
That's a
We
weird
had
name.
Dave on recently. I thought
Oh,
it was
yeah.
Doug. Is it a guy? A guy? Dugway?
A little bit different spelling, but sounds the same.
All right.
And that's the Army's test facility
Ooh.
for chemical biological weapons.
God, who knows what they're doing out there?
Oh, yeah. We did all defensive testing, like testing max boots and gloves on nerve and blister agent like sarin and mustard.
Nerve agents.
We also tested out sensors and decon methods.
Decon. Let's clean up, right?
Right.
Did you ever get that
And-
stuff on you?
No, fortunately,
Yeah,
no direct
for you.
exposure.
If you've seen the movie The Rock, you know that the VX is pretty nasty. It's green and it glows. It comes in a little ball, and you get it in your mouth, and you basically you dissolve. Right? Is that how it
Yeah,
works?
totally inaccurate Hollywood portrayal, but
Right.
very entertaining
That's
for
where I
sure.
get my info.
Right.
We'll talk about movies a little bit later.
And from there, I did some work in some
Jeez.
counterterrorism projects.
All right.
So explosives, chemical weapons, radiological nuclear materials.
All right.
Yeah.
You done? Anything else you want to?
Oh, not remotely, but yeah, we can move on. Right.
I'm kidding. Well, obviously, you've been around a lot, done a lot of great stuff, and that's awesome. And it's so good to have you on the show. We're gonna learn some stuff.
Great
Let
to
me
be
ask
here.
you this: now, you make explosives, like you make bombs? Can you?
Yeah, I've made explosives.
You ever make a bomb like they have in the cartoons, where it's a ball, little wick?
Yeah, actually, we have.
Where does that come from?
Um,
Is that really what a
In-
bomb? Have you done
well,
that?
nowadays, bombs don't look like that, but
Yeah.
in the old days, yeah, they were kind of like a cannonball with
Really?
a fuse in it.
You know what's funny? They don't make them anymore, right?
No,
But that's like the symbol for a bomb.
right, yeah, that's the
If
old.
you go to the airport
easily
and they
recognizable.
say, "Oh, by the way, you can't bring a bomb on the plane." Yeah, but it's like that little thing with a line through
the
it.
icon of or the picture.
So
of it.
everyone knows. It's kind of like the symbol for a phone is you remember the receiver?
Yeah, big old
Yeah, an
receiver
older guy.
hmm
Yeah.
How many of those you see anymore? But the symbol for a phone is the old.
The old hand receiver.
And the other thing, you know how when you're on the computer there and you save your work,
hmm
what's the little symbol look like? Remember? It
Oh,
looks
it's
like
a
the little.
it's a disc.
like a
It's
disc.
It's a
Floppy
floppy
disk.
disk.
When you and I were kids,
Mhm.
Danny, he's 13. He'd never seen one of those before. But he knows that means save.
Right.
I find it interesting. I don't know.
Yeah, funny holdover stuff. Speaking of the old phone
Yeah.
icon, when you or I will tell someone, "Hey, give me a call," we will say, "Give me a call."
Yeah.
But I've worked with some younger folks,
Yeah.
and I've noticed that when they're telling each other to call, they say, "Give me a call."
Is that right?
Well, they hold their hand like you'd hold a
'Cause
cell
it's
phone.
Like the iPhone.
Right.
Because that's what you do. Yeah.
I've never seen anyone do
The
that.
other one too is we're getting off track here, but in our day, yeah, I guess you're about my age, a little older, but whatever. If you were in the car and you wanted someone to roll their window down, yeah, you did that. You know what that means, Danny?
Yeah.
How do you
roll
do it
down.
now?
You just
Right,
you
yeah.
just push the button.
But we still call it rolling.
Rolling
Window
down.
down.
Roll
Right.
your window down.
Right.
It just doesn't work. Danny has no idea.
I know. My grandfather's truck has that.
Your papa, yeah, he drives some beaters.
Yeah.
He drives some beaters. All right. Just real quick. You married? Your
Yeah.
Kids?
Yeah, married?
Yeah.
Yeah, have children. Right.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's great.
And what do they think about you? You have like a little workshop. You're making bombs, and your kids come down and, Dad, what are you doing?
Oh, no, the kids haven't worked with explosives. They've been able to see a few explosions. Yeah.
All right.
And a few of them are interested in science.
Hopefully,
chemistry.
they're all not on accident. Like,
Right.
You say they saw them. It wasn't like, hey, Daddy, can you tuck me
what
in the-"
happened in the...
Sorry, son, daughter, whatever it is. Good for you. Well, really an interesting guy. man, I'm glad we landed this guy. And what I want to do, so we saw that clip from the Savage Builds. I want to show a couple more because it's really cool. So, Danny, I pulled a couple clips. Bring up the next one there. This is when you started. By the way, it was, what was the explosive?
Nitroglycerin.
Nitroglycerin. Yeah. Same stuff you take for your heart.
Right.
If you might have a heart attack.
Yeah,
so
that
if you're
is
going
in
to have a heart attack, if your heart is about to explode, you take an explosive to save your life. Is that about right?
Yeah, what an interesting...
Wait, really?
Anyways.
I thought they like shocked you or something.
That's different, Danny. Bring up the clip.
Okay.
I want to see this. All right.
That's it. Just that is
So
all
there you have
well, there
some
is
glassware.
one more thing.
Yeah, there we are, setting up.
Explosives.
The nitroglycerin.
The boomy boom.
There it is.
Here it is. Diluted nitroglycerin.
Adam Savage, huh?
To make it safe and legal for transport, the nitroglycerin has been diluted and mixed with acetone.
Yes.
You know it as nail polish remover.
That's
This
true.
renders the nitro safe and inert.
So you mixed it with nail
Why
polish.
don't you fill the set
Essentially.
funnel with water? We are making nitroglycerin. This is officially the most dangerous cooking show ever.
Look at you, huh?
To turn the diluted nitro back into the full-strength, dangerous stuff,
What is that thing you're pouring it into?
Solution into
It's
water.
a separatory funnel
Separatory
full of water.
funnel. If you don't know, that's to separate
Pouring
stuff.
it into the water causes the acetone to separate from the nitroglycerin.
Yeah.
The bottom of that separation funnel, that gray stuff,
Oh, look at that danger.
that is
How scared were you at this point?
nitroglycerin.
Well, I wasn't scared
If he dropped
because I'm
it,
familiar with how
To
that
crap your
works.
pants? I mean, you're shaking it up.
well, I think that would be the last thing either of us
I
ever knew
thought
about.
it. So I noticed how you like drove in on a truck.
Pour that
If
nitroglycerin into a
you
vessel,
had
yes?
somehow
Yeah.
gotten into like a car
This is
crash,
the
would
point where
everything
the
just
insurance company wants me to
exploded?
get far away.
No, because when I have the nitro in the truck, it
Yeah.
was diluted.
Oh,
And
right.
so it
Diluted. Danny.
potentially
So
could
that
have
means-
burned up.
She's pouring it out. That's some nasty stuff there.
Nitroglycerin is sensitive
Be
to
careful.
shock or impact.
Getting nervous, Danny. I've seen the show. I know what
So
happens.
if you hit
Right.
it just right,
So that
we'll get a big
is the pure stuff, right?
Yeah,
The nitro.
that's it.
It definitely
Wow.
is something that
You notice
Needs to
Adam
be
Savage, he took off.
Yeah,
I
he
don't wanna be
didn't-
around with this.
He didn't stay
very-
And
close.
he was just there in a shirt
One of
and
the
some
scariest
basically
explosives
exam
ever
gloves.
known to man.
They're glasses.
But is it really as crazily
Yeah.
volatile as
I guess you figured it's
legend
going to blow up.
insists? That's what we're here to
Oh
find
yeah,
out.
it won't blow up by itself.
All right, take it down. There.
Drop it and die, says on the label.
And that was kind of the whole point of the episode, right? It
Right.
doesn't just blow up sitting there.
Right.
And what you guys did, tell the folks what you guys did. What was the whole point of the
Oh yeah,
show?
what we did was he had a couple of old anecdotes about how some nitroglycerin had exploded or detonated, and then we tried to replicate those, like opening a box with a hammer and chisel and hitting it with a hammer
Yep.
on an anvil, and then a carriage full of tools.
Hmm.
And so yeah, we did, and then just dropping it onto a hard surface.
So you kind of found it was kind of hard, right? I mean, not hard, but you kind of had to really do some stuff.
It had to be in the right conditions for
the
sure.
right conditions, right? To make it happen. So it's not like it's sitting there and said, boom.
No.
Let me ask you about Adam Savage. You know him?
Yeah,
Is he
yeah.
a
I've worked.
friend of yours?
I'd say we had a pretty friendly working relationship when we did the show. I follow him on Instagram. He's a great guy.
You have his number? You text him?
No,
Is he related to Fred?
that I don't know.
Fred Savage?
Good
Remember him?
question. Yeah,
Wonder
from
Years?
Wonder Years.
I was curious about that. Let me ask you this. Can you get him on our show?
That would be great. We should try
I
it.
know it'd be great, but can you do it? Can you hook me up?
Let's make some calls.
Danny, he's not only a producer, he's my talent booker,
Right?
as you know. Write that down.
Oh,
Adam Savage.
Yeah. Send me a
Okay.
We're going to
message.
get him on the show.
We'll reach out to him.
And Jesse here is going to hook us up because we love all this kind of stuff, chemistry and
Right.
explosions and all that. So we'll work on that. Now, as we were saying, I'm not going to show the whole show. You can get it on Discovery.com.
Discovery.com. Yeah.
It's Savage Builds.
Savage Builds.
I want to watch sort of the last part because that was sort of the
the culminating
what-
event.
what you had
that was
done is
fun.
you tried a bunch of different. You got it to blow up a few times you
Mhm.
didn't. You said, "All right." So we're going to show this, but can you set up this next clip for us? So this is with a little wagon.
Okay, so
you
we
did?
had a wagon set up with a bunch of metal tools
Yep.
and a crate of some glass jars of nitroglycerin.
Yep.
And
How much? Like, was it an ounce?
oh no, I think we had like 6 liters
Ooh,
nitroglycerin.
6 liters. So, Danny, you like to drink the Sprite?
Yes.
That's 2 liter bottle. So that's like how many of those?
3 of those.
6 of those.
No, 3. If it's 6
Whatever.
liters.
I trust his man. Anyways, so you had a bunch, and then what else did you do?
Yeah, and so then we had the cart was pulled by a remote vehicle, like a remote control vehicle.
You didn't have an intern down there just
No.
pulling it
Right.
along. Yeah,
And-
hopefully it works.
And we had a big sledgehammer set up so that the leaking crate
Yep.
would contaminate the anvil, and then the sledgehammer would hit the
All right.
anvil and initiate the detonation.
All right. And we're going to see if it worked. Pretty cool.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
Danny, bring up that next clip. Yep. Yeah, there it is.
Here we are.
Where was this?
That was up in Carson Hill Quarry near Angels Camp, California.
California. Okay. All right, there's a little truck.
Loaded with farm implements, prospector's tools.
Who's the guy driving?
Liters of
Oh,
nitroglycerin and one
Buddy.
well-placed sledgehammer.
The
Buddy.
prop
Buddy.
dummy.
Good dog.
Was on a short
Buddy.
Oh.
and bumpy ride to
What's his dog's name, buddy?
we hope.
He's driving around there.
Here we go. Hammer should drop right about
Okay,
now.
that's you, Adam. Oh, wow. Look at that.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
That
it's
is
a big
pretty
blast.
cool, huh? How far away were you?
We were like half a mile away.
Half a mile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you had like the binoculars to see.
Right.
Yeah,
We were up on the top of that ridge.
Yeah. Wow. And what was interesting, the little cot there, that thing, it didn't get hurt. Or did it get hurt? We don't know about
There was a little bit of damage to it. Yeah.
it. Adam kept saying, hey, we rented it. I don't know. But it looks like it's still driving. Look at that. Nothing left.
Right.
Hey, the ATV
Gone.
is still there.
Yeah.
That's good, because it's not ours.
Yeah. He just said, it's
Our
not
grand
us.
finale was a huge success. Our buckboard wagon was completely obliterated.
That is really cool.
Demonstrating that the legendary power and rending destruction of a nitroglycerin explosion,
Yeah.
no matter what the cause, was truly a terrifying and probably life-ending event.
Yeah. So
Absolutely.
the point was that back in the old days, right?
There were lots of instances where
Beautiful.
carts and
Yeah.
wagons and crates were mishandled and then
Look at that.
exploded.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, isn't that really cool to see
That's
the blast
that?
wave?
The blast wave, yeah.
Uh-huh.
That nitroglycerin
Wow.
expanding at 17,000 miles per hour, displacing
17,000
the Earth
miles.
around
Is that where you were, like up in
He's
the
making
top?
that
Probably.
number up.
I'm sure his producer looked it up.
It's
Yeah.
silent
He
for
doesn't
like
know
2.5 seconds before
Well, he does now.
it comes in.
Well, he does now, but he didn't know
Because
it.
light travels
Top
faster than
head.
sound, there was a pretty big
Ah,
gap between
wow.
when we
I
saw
can
the
watch stuff
explosion
blow up
from
all
our
day.
vantage point almost half
Right?
a mile away.
And that's where you guys were.
Yeah, we were up there on the top of the
I
ridge.
see.
All right. Who's that guy in the back?
He is one of the engineers
You
that
are.
works on the show
Satisfying.
and
We
builds
just
props. He
witnessed the
makes gadgets.
detonation
He
of 3
set
Okay.
up that
of
all-terrain
nitroglycerin.
vehicle to be remote
Imagine if
controlled.
It was a full wagon
All right, cool.
load.
Our dummy.
Oh, there's Buddy.
Oh, no.
Ooh.
Buddy.
Tough day for him.
Right?
That is so clearly the
dead.
crater.
He's dead.
That is shocking how much force that clearly is.
Yeah. They keep showing it. All right, you've shown it enough times.
Was so
right, take it down, take it
spectacular.
down.
And I don't just mean like it looks great. I mean what we felt from up
Get the
here.
idea. But that was really cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was really cool.
Wow. Now, you've done other stuff, you said. Mythbusters?
I've done a couple different shows. I've done
Anything else? Yeah.
a couple episodes of Mythbusters,
Yep.
the original as well as Mythbusters 2.0.
All right.
I've did a show on the Outdoor Channel
Okay.
called Hollywood Weapons.
Very
And
cool.
The White Rabbit Project, which is a Netflix episode. It's a Netflix show.
Write that down, Danny. White Rabbit. I want to check that out. What's that about?
That was with Cary Grant and Tori.
Cary Grant?
Cary Grant and Tori
Grant's dead.
were three hosts that also did Mythbusters.
Oh, yeah, the guys, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so they did a whole series on Netflix and mostly science-y type stuff. And I did one of the episodes. We made a stink bomb, like a World War II stink bomb.
Is that right?
Right.
I have a question. Have
Yeah,
you
go
ever
ahead.
have you ever done explosives for like a movie or something?
No, not for a movie, just TV shows, and done some explosives for video games.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we did
Tell us
some
about that.
dynamite blasts underwater,
All right.
and the sound engineers recorded it.
So you got like scuba gear, went down there, and I don't know how you lit the dynamite stick, but how'd you do that?
Actually, we had set up so that we could just sit on the shore, and we had it with an electronic detonation.
All right.
But
Not
we
you with
dropped
a
the
lighter
charges
down
under
there,
the water.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
would work. But yeah, so you recorded some sounds, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And they'll put those blasts on the video game.
Cool.
So the video game will have real blasts as the
sound. So Danny plays Minecraft, right?
Right on.
So maybe I don't know. You hear some of Jesse's explosions.
Do you know what game it is?
No, I don't know which specific game it will be. Maybe they'll use it in several different games.
You never know. Wow, some cool stuff. I want to shift gears a little bit.
Okay.
Because I know you travel a lot, right? Kind of been around a lot.
I do. I do a lot of travel.
Outside the U.S. So
Right.
I always like to ask, what's sort of the most interesting place you've been to in your travels over the years?
The most interesting
I haven't been out of
place.
the New England. The farthest I've been is Connecticut. So I'd
Okay.
just like to know kind of where you been.
I'd say everywhere has something interesting about it.
Yeah.
And one of the most interesting places would be definitely Pakistan.
Pakistan.
Yeah.
When we get there, it's kind of dangerous over there.
I was in Pakistan in 2014.
All right.
It was pretty dangerous. I'd
Yeah.
say half day away from disaster my whole
Ooh.
trip. They had a Chechen terrorist did a suicide bombing and
Oh, God.
to attack one of the Pakistani military officers. There was a V-bid that blew up a ways from my hotel.
Kind of makes me wonder. I mean, yeah. That's horrible stuff, and we know about it.
Right.
But you're obviously an expert in explosives.
Right.
How do these wingnuts in Pakistan live in huts? You know, I'm not trying to be, but how do they figure out how to make this stuff? Because they do it all the time.
Well, there's basically two ways that most of the terrorists have made explosives. They'll either make homemade explosives,
Yeah. Okay.
or they'll get some explosives that are commercial or military,
Okay.
and they'll kind of modify them.
They don't go to Home Depot. I mean, they get them from like some state sponsored whatever.
Oh, like they'll
You
steal
get my
them.
question, like how
from
do
an
these
armory.
guys? Yeah. Crazy stuff. And again, that's what a military has to deal with.
Yeah.
I don't know, Danny. Pretty dangerous out there. So Pakistan. Let me ask you this: have you been to Iran?
No, I haven't been to Iran, but I've flown over it a couple times,
Oh yeah.
which apparently is fairly dangerous lately.
Well, yeah, I asked because I don't know if you know, but a lot going on over there.
Right.
Yep.
Danny, just so we
Oh,
know,
yeah.
bring up a Google map
Okay.
of Iran. Bring it up there. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, so there's Iran, Afghanistan, and
Sorry, I just
Pakistan.
touched the mic.
Yeah, there's Pakistan. which
Right.
you were in. And
Yeah,
Saudi Arabia.
I've been to Tajikistan, Afghanistan, Oman, UAE, Qatar, Kuwait,
Wow, so you've pretty much been everywhere
Turkey.
around it.
Saudi Arabia.
Wow.
Right.
What's it like over there?
Well,
I mean, I picture it. You just show up, and it's just a desert, and it's just crazy.
on the Arabian Peninsula, it's mostly desert, but there's some
Yeah.
mountains and some interesting places in Oman.
Wow.
And of course, in UAE, the cities are amazing. Dubai.
Oh, really?
And Abu Dhabi.
Yeah, I guess like Dubai is kind of like a modern.
Oh yeah, very
Yeah,
modern.
yeah.
Where's
They have
where's
golf
Dubai?
tournaments over there.
Right.
Right. Yeah. Tiger Woods.
Oh, I found it.
In fact, all the big cities in the Gulf are really spectacular. Amazing architecture.
Really?
Totally international cities. Right. And
It's kind
then
of like Washington D.C. You're in a part of the city and it's great. Then you go a few blocks. Yeah. good
not
luck.
so great. Right.
Yeah.
And
What's the food like over there?
oh, there's I think the food in each of the different places is very unique, but
I bet.
there's some places with real spicy food and
Probably don't get McDonald's over there, right?
oh yeah, they got
Oh,
McDonald's.
really?
Right.
You can get a Big Mac in Abu Dhabi?
Absolutely. You can get a Big Mac in a lot of places. Right.
Wow. Did you know that, Danny?
No,
Yeah, that's man,
The best place to get a Big Mac
Big Mac is a very
is in Tokyo.
Tokyo.
So
Is that right?
The McDonald's gets served in Japan. It looks exactly like it does on the ad. You ever see an ad for a hamburger,
Yeah,
and
on
you
the
get to
TV,
the you get to the restaurant, and you're like,
it's
it doesn't
perfect,
actually
right?
look like it
Yeah.
did in the studio.
It's perfect
No.
on the TV.
In Japan, it does. It's
Wow.
perfect. Right.
Japan's just superior, I guess.
Yeah, in Japan they have vending machines with used women's panties, so I'm not sure how much I'm gonna. It's true, Danny. Look, don't look it up. Anyways, but to be serious, it's crazy over in Iran. What's
Yeah.
happened?
Right.
I watch Fox News, so apparently Trump has everything under control, and it's good. We'll see. So I'm okay with it. But where do you get your news? Like, where do you go?
I like to listen to the news on the radio, and
Yeah.
I'll usually go to like Sirius XM radio and just
Yeah.
listen to several different channels.
A
For
bunch
news.
of them.
Yeah.
You want to get a variety of sources.
I do.
Of course, Fox News is the right one, but that's good that you try to expand.
Right.
Well, God bless all the troops over in Iraq.
Yeah, absolutely.
Safe. Yeah. But running short on time, so I want to make sure we get to this. This is very
Okay.
important. You've seen the show.
Yeah.
A game we like to play with all our guests is, what is it, Danny?
What's your favorite sandwich?
Yeah.
What's your favorite sandwich? So, all right, Danny, go ahead and roll the intro.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you're right.
Yep.
And now it's time for What's Your Favorite Sandwich? With your host, Mick Donato.
All right, so how this works,
Mhm.
you got to think about what your favorite sandwich is.
Yeah.
Danny is going to draw it. He just write it, he draws it.
Okay.
So he should be doing that now, right, Danny?
Yes.
And then, excuse me. You win if Danny can guess your favorite sandwich. That's how it works. All right?
Okay.
By the way, what's your favorite sandwich? Sponsored by Sandwich for You. A whole variety of subs and grinders and wraps and burgers delivered hot and fresh to your doorstep in the patented Sandy Wrap packaging by drone. Right? Sandwich for You. You don't even have to put on clothes if you don't want to. So, great sponsor for the show. Check them out. All right, done, Danny?
Almost done.
The kid's he's a perfectionist. He's got to put all the detail. But
I don't really know what this looks like.
yeah, you know what it is?
Yeah, but
No, not you, Danny. I'm asking the guest. Do you know what your favorite sandwich is?
Oh, I know what my
Don't
favorite
say it yet.
sandwich is.
Say it
Yeah.
yet. Hey, Danny, you ready? Come on, quickly.
okay, yeah, sure.
All right. So here we go.
Okay,
All right, hold on.
I think
All right, hold on. Jesse Taylor, explosives expert. What is your favorite sandwich?
My favorite sandwich is a California style BLT with fresh basil and avocado.
All
Well, I
right,
never
let's
would've
see if
guessed
Danny got it
that.
right. Show him, Danny.
I said gyro or
Oh yeah, that's
Gyro?
a close second.
Is that what it looks
Definitely.
You know
like?
what?
Is
I
that
think
what
it's
it?
close enough. I think
That-
you win. I think he wins,
Wait,
Danny. It's
what?
close enough.
No, really?
Yeah.
Is that what
I love the gyro.
Is it pronounced gyro or gyro?
Gyro.
Gyro?
Doesn't matter.
Is that what it looks like? I wasn't sure.
Hey,
It
good
does
job.
look like that.
Hey.
I'm going to give it to you.
Oh, I dropped it. Okay.
Your prize, you get a free Mick Donato show hat.
Yay.
Sounds great.
Good, you got to wear it around.
All right.
Tell your friends. All right. I had one more thing I want to get to. We don't have time though, Danny. We're running short.
I was trying to come up with like an explosion
Yeah.
sandwich pun that I could.
Explosives. Yeah. Tell you what, you eat one of those Big Macs in Iran, you'll have some explosions going on. We'll get into that.
Explosive
In
flavor.
the bathroom. You know what I mean. Anyways,
Oh.
I had one more thing. We don't have time, but real quick. Ricky Gervais on the Gold. I'm not going to talk about it
Oh yeah, that was
because
good.
everyone's talking about it. I'm not going to show the clip. I just want to acknowledge for the fans. Yeah, I know it happened, but everyone's talking about it, so I'm not going to show it. All right. Enough of that.
It was
Hey,
funny though.
it's been a great show. What do you
Yeah.
think?
Been glad to be here. It's a
Well, learned a lot, right?
good
Danny?
time.
Yes, I
a
learned
good
about
time.
explosions.
Yeah, so we're going to wrap up. The plugs are on the screen. Of course, you go to mickdonato.com. Everything links from there. But I really want to thank my special guest, Jesse Taylor, coming all the way out from California here in a Fall River studio. By the way, you ever been to Fall River?
No, first time.
You've got a great view there.
Yeah, this is a beautiful view.
Battleship Cove. We were talking before the show. You should go down there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome, right?
Nice.
It's always a beautiful day. See the USS Massachusetts. Anything you want to plug? Got any? You on Twitter?
Actually,
Facebook?
yeah. I'm on Twitter. I'm on the Facebook. I'm on
What's your Twitter?
Instagram. JTL Defense Services.
You know what? We'll tell Danny, and we'll put him on the screen.
Okay, great.
All right, check him out. And again, hook me up with Adam Savage
Hey, yeah. Let's make something
and
happen.
maybe his brother Fred, because that would be a great show. All right, Danny. Any final thoughts?
Explosions are cool.
They are.
Yeah. Very cool.
Jesse, thanks so much. Appreciate you coming
Hey,
on.
thank you. Thanks for having me.
Folks, thanks for watching.
Danny.
We'll see you next time. Take care.
This has been the Mick Donato Show.